What beer do I want to try next?
Beer time with the beer man.
And I'm on the wrong screen. Hey, how's it going, everyone? How you guys doing tonight, today, wherever you're from in this beautiful, beautiful world? It is a Christmas week for us, so Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hopefully I don't fall off my chair this New Year's on the live stream that I will be doing. So, yeah, so welcome to recipe and review time. This is a Pre-Prohibition Cream Ale, or the cream ale in general. There is a little difference before and after, so Prohibition. So let me get to all you wonderful people. We have Vanessa Kitty. How you doing? Cheers and Merry Christmas. Right on. Thank you for being here. Hey, we got Bumpy. What's up, man? Cheers, bro. We got Burley. What's up, Burley? Hey, what's up, happiness? All right. Nice. Thanks, guys, for being here. Can't tell if Beer Man is young or old. I am. I'm in my 40s. I just did a lot of acid in my younger days. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I drink too much or something. You age when you drink a lot. No, I'm just kidding. That's smoking. That's smoking cigarettes, man. Come on. No, welcome, guys. Welcome. Yes, this is the Pre-Pro Cream Ale. So it is a little more of a hoppy bite to it and a little more slightly at the higher end of the Cream Ale ABV, which is 5.6. So we'll get into that, though. Let's go into the history. We got Cruiser Mac and Commerce. What's up, Ozzy? All right, man. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Still at work, but I popped in to say hi. No problem. Right on. Thank you. All right, so here we go. I'm going to go into the history that I found off BJCP and learn.kegerator.com. Links are in my description. If you took off the white beard, you'd look probably 35. I've said to be looking like around 15, maybe years younger. I'm not too wrinkly or weird looking that way. I don't think you get wrinkly until you're like 65, right? Yeah, I could probably pass for 30, maybe. Yeah, we'll see. It might be happening actually New Year's Eve. I might be taking this thing off. So we'll see. I don't know. We'll find out. Right now, I'm actually drinking a banana bread beer. I don't know if any of you guys have had it from Eagle Brewery, 5.2%. I want to say it's probably an amber ale base. Very good. It's got a lot of that walnut and like the spices like that you would have in banana nut bread. So it's really good. Merry Christmas. May Santa fill your stocking with beers. That's right. I like that. I vote no too. No. Okay. All right. So here we go. We're going to go into this awesome history. Cream ale, amongst others. This is kind of a mixture info, kind of goes into like pre and post prohibition. Cream ale, amongst others, like California Common and American Pilsner, claim indigenous American origins, originating in the 1800s, all having common characteristics such as light colors and roots going back to German practice of lagering. In the late 1800s, the cream ale was basically an innovation born out of desperation. Up to the 19th century, the cream ale and others mentioned came about from its English roots, porters, stouts, milds, but it all changed with the sudden rise of German migrants during the 1830s and 40s. Their native lager beers, crisp and thirst-quenching, made a big hit. By the 1870s, these German lagers were outselling ales. Brewers needed something new to stay in the game and to compete with the rest. Their answer was a broadly defined ale built around a flexible grist of 6-row, 2-row, if not both together. You can even use Pilsner in these, and different adjuncts, corn being one of your main adjuncts. Fermenting at slightly cooler temps with either ale or lager yeast, maybe both. It's up to you. Possibly aged for a short time and at a cooler temp. So it's a new young beer. It doesn't have to be totally lagered hardcore, but it probably isn't a bad idea to let it sit in 40 below, under 40 degrees, you know, refrigerator temps for 40 degrees-ish. For about 2-3 weeks. Let it crash, let it do its thing, clear up. So it sounds like a Kolsch, as this style is a hybrid to some degree, using ale yeast and conditioning as a lager, which helps brewers pitch this new style of beer to the consumer. So it was all about the consumer, because after post-prohibition, man, everything went generic. Everyone didn't want that tasty beer anymore. They just wanted something light, crisp. It went well with the baseball game, football game, whatever. Right on. It's just how it was. It wasn't until like the 1970s when craft beer started getting in, and then of course Carter brought it in and legalized it for home brewing and all that stuff. So I think his Anchor Steam was one of the original ones, and one of the ones said to start the craft beer era that we are now living today. So thank you, Anchor Steam. After or pro-prohibition brought nothing but light, watered down, tasteless lagers with no care, and coming mainly from the big corporate beer giants. So the pro-prohibition cream ales were slightly stronger and had a higher IBU and some dry hopping if you want, where the post-prohibition creams were slightly lighter and had lower IBUs, probably not dry hopped. Today, commercially produced creams are basically ale versions of the commercial lagers, which is off point in comparison to the pre-prohibition cream ale style. This style is looked at as a bridging beer, as it has found a niche in this modern day. A very good beer style to introduce to anyone starting out in the craft beer world. So, yeah, that's that. It's the history. How does that sound, folks? Hey, what's up, man? We got Patch of Heaven. Right on. Cheers. Cheers, cheers. Don't be dissing the white beard, young feller. I might leave it on, it's just like that beer thing, I like my beard. I just don't want to drop pieces of hair in my beard when I'm in my work, when I'm cooking it up or something, I guess it would add to the flavor, right? Melt in it or something. Get a little bit of like burnt skin smell in there. Hello, Patch. Hello. Thank you for being here. Born, what's up, Racer? How you doing? Cheers. Cheers. Drinking a lukewarm coffee, but that is only a temporary situation. Good to hear. And we got Cheryl Crawford in the house. How you doing? Cheers. And again, another Merry Christmas to you guys. Right on. So let's go into some characteristics real quick. Bring this up. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, so as you can see here, I don't really have to read it. Oh, my stupid green screen's acting dumb again. Appearance, very pale, ranging from straw to medium gold, low to moderate head, superb clarity, medium to high carbonation. Aroma, subtle and balanced blend of hops and malt. Maltiness should be low to moderate. Hoppiness will be low to none. Diacetyl, or that buttery crap that you don't want, maybe present. Some versions of these are using Pilsner malt, so you can tend to get the diacetyl at times from that if not taken care of correctly. in the conditioning or however it's done in the boil, however it's done. You can do step mashing, which is actually what I'm going to do with this one. Minimum fruity esters, flavor, well attenuated, low to medium malty sweetness. Hoppy bitterness will be low, well balanced hop flavors with spicy, floral, or herbal notes. I'm going to be using more on the lines of noble hops. I am using Cascade though. Low amounts of diacetyl, fruity esters, possible dry, sweet finish. So a very highly attenuated beer for sure. Highly attenuated yeast would be something you'd want. Mouthfeel, medium body with light and crispy quality, smooth with medium to high attenuation, high carbonation. Okay. Let me see where you are, guys. All right, cool. Yes, hello. All right, so we're going to get into looking at some other stuff here. Vital stats, IBUs 15. Take in mind this is kind of a mixture of both, like I said, pre and post prohibition. So 4.2 to 5.6. 4.2 would be on the opposite end, probably for the post-prohibition, after pro. IBUs 15 to 20, SRM 2.5 to 5, OG, FG would give you up in the range of 4.2 to 5.6. For the pre-prohibition, the BUGU is a 0.44 on the balance. So it's a little higher. I think it was like 0.38 for just a regular post cream. Food pairings, salads, mild shellfish, Monterey Jack cheese, lemon custard tart, glassware and serving temps, flute or a non-anonic pint glass served at 40 to 45 degrees Fahrenheit. And those are just some pictures of some that I found. That California creaming one, I'm not too fond of that one at all, actually. It's not great. But, hey, what's up, Brian? Cheers, man. Cheers, Thrash. And we got Thang Trong TV. What's up, man? How you doing? Right on. So this one is not, I'm not going to go through, like, I don't have to do a decoction. There's no need, I'm not using any Pilsner or anything like that. Everything's pretty good and well modified these days anyway, but I am using some 6-row in there as a partial with 2-row as well, and then using corn maize as well. And it seemed to work out perfectly on the recipe as far as balance, and the hops I use is just a bitter at 60, and it'll be a 60-minute boil with 10-minute aromatic hop, and then I'm going to put a dry hop in for 7 days as well. So let me get into some more information. Good vibes. That's right. So what does the BJCP classify this as? The beer judge people. Yes. The beer judge people say this classify the style under standard American beer. It's actually the first, just going through kind of studying the styles lately, and it's the first, of course, American starts with A, so it's the first one you run into when you, a first group of several, American Light, American Lager, the American Wheat, and the Cream Ale. They're all in the same kind of section. American Light, like it says here. So yeah, that's that. And we got Craig in the house. What's up, man? Cheers, man. Helps me sleep. Good. Oh, cool, man. That's good. That's a good thing. I gotta, what the heck happened? Hold on. There we go. My arm's back. Barely. All right. So what we have here now is some notes I took on the actual when I was trying to put the recipe together. So this is some notes I just found on the grain bill. 80 to 90% 6-row or mix of 6-row and 2-row for the base malt. I've seen some with Pilsner as well, Pilsner and corn. You'd probably have to take some extra steps as far as the mashing goes, whether it's decoction or step mashing, whatever, just to get your full extraction. 10 to 20% of 1/2 to 2 pounds. I've read that it's 2 pounds per 5-gallon batch of flaked corn maize or simple corn sugar. I didn't get the numbers on the corn sugar, though. I forgot. Never made one of these before, guys, so I'm learning with you. Note, if using corn sugar, remember that it yields 42 gravity points per pound per gallon. So what you can add to complicate things even more is up to 10% malted wheat for creamy texture and better head retention, and or 4% Munich malt to add color and bready notes, and or 5% light crystal to add some body. It's all up to you. It's all your preference, and it's not going to hurt the beer. It could or may not make it better. Who knows? Other adjuncts you can add with corn or in place of is honey, flaked rye, maple syrup, agave syrup, and rice, just to name a few. So you snort DME. It kind of has that powder-like look to it. I bet that's nice and sticky in the nose. That'll keep your nose from running. All right, so a little hop schedule information. Cluster hops are traditional. So 6 rows traditional is your traditional base malt. Just 6 row, but I've mixed both of them just to kind of help with just to get my full conversion and make sure everything's good. Flavor wise and everything else. Cluster hops are traditional, although Pilsner malt does give you kind of a honey sweet kind of feel to it. Cluster hops are traditional for both bittering and aroma additions, but don't have to be used. Any low alpha hop will do. Optional bittering hops are Northern Brewer and Cascade. Optional aroma hops they suggest are Crystal, Styrian Golding, or even Mount Hood variety. Note to that, noble hops seem to be the ticket. So I would assume you could use whatever the hell you want, but just keep in mind you want low alpha hops, particularly, I guess, for this style. So, where are we at? So yeast, note to this, want a well attenuating yeast, but choice of ale, lager, or both is up to you. This is somewhat of a hybrid. You can use ale or lager or a hybrid yeast. Some good ale choices: Saf Ale 56, the Chico yeast, the dry yeast, Y Yeast 1056 American Ale, which is what we will be using today. White Labs WLPO 01 California yeast. Some good lager choices: a Saf Lager S23 dry, Y Yeast 2272 California lager, or White Labs WLP 10 San Francisco lager. All those sound and are or seem to be good choices to choose from. So I've even seen the German ale yeast being a good one to use. So just thumbing through everything here before we get into a review. Mash process. Note to this: since not using corn grits or any other raw grain adjuncts, decoctions not required. Otherwise, you'd have to do a cereal mash, I would assume. So again, that's going to be trial and error for me, as I've never done one of these before. Step mash is what I'm going to do. I'm going to try 121 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes. This is going to be time consuming. 145 for 45 minutes, 158 for 60 minutes, mash out at 168, sparge at 166 for 60 minutes, and then do a 60-minute boil. I was going to do a 90, but I would suggest maybe a 90 with Pilsner, especially if you're not going to do a step mash or any kind of decoction or something to kind of help it out. So what else do we have here? All these slides, man. Fermentation process, last slide. Note to this: primary, I need a drink. Primary fermentation temp should be at bottom end of your ale yeast range or the upper end of your lager yeast range. 56 to 64 would be that whole entire range based on if it's a lager or ale yeast. Traditionally, cream ales were served right away or with a short maturation period at a slightly cooler temps. But you can also lager it below 40 degrees for Fahrenheit for several weeks, which has become common with modern hybrid styles. All right, let me get back here real quick. Woo, it's a lot of reading. Now, got this beer to drink here, but I'll have to drink it later. I forgot to put the recipe up, so I'm just gonna bump right into this. Go right into the main screens or the share screen so you guys can see what I'm doing. Hold on a second. Let's go to this screen, share the fucking screen. All right, here we go. Let me bring this up real quick. Sorry, 1 second. Okay. I can't find me though. Oh, I forgot to do something. Hold on, I messed up. Yeah, I messed up. Hold on. I'm coming back. All right, here we go. Wait. Yeah, here we go. Okay. So we're going to go. Sorry about that, everyone. A little mix up there. Got a little screwy Louie. I have not had anything that is to smoke or drink today, so bear with me. It's beer time. Follow my cursor, please. I'm glad that you can still see me there typing away. So just follow the cursor as I narrate what I'm doing. I'll get back with the chat after I'm done here. Again, I appreciate you guys sticking around and supporting. Please hit that like, and if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. All right. And don't forget the bell. Then you'll know when I'm putting something up. Okay, so this is, I'll just call it Pre-Pro Cream Ale. And let's go here to 60-minute boil. We're going to go to 10-gallon batch. Cream ale. All right. I don't know. I'll get back to that later. Anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and add 8.75 pounds of 6-row pale. All U.S., of course. I'm going to add 8.75 pounds of 2-row pale. Just half and half. So you want to have, I was saying the mash was, 80 to 90%. Would have to either be 6-row or a mix of 6 and 2. I guess Pilsner would also equate into that as well. You could probably do Pilsner malt with this as well and cut it into thirds. I was thinking about that just to add a little bit of different flavor to it. Pilsner does have kind of a corn-like flavor as well. So, all right, 8 points. So we got this. Very light beer too, by the way. So we're going to do 3.75 pounds of maize, flake corn. Did I already pass it? Yeah, corn is 3.75. Down to the hops. We're going to do 1.75. This 10-gallon batch, 1.75 ounces of Cascade at 5.5% alpha. Please, like I've always said, change it if your alphas are different. According to your like BUGU and your balance, you want to change all that. This is a 60-minute edition, 1.75 ounces of Cascade. All right, where are you? 7.5, 60 minutes. And then we're going to go 1.5 ounces of Mount Hood. %, alpha at 10 minutes. .5 ounces, 10 minutes. Miscellaneous stuff, Irish moss. I'll help clear it up. Clarity, this, that. 10 minutes of the boil. And then yeast, 2 packages, smack packs of the Y Yeast American Ale Yeast 1056. So this is 2 packs of American. Probably do a starter with this. American Ale 1056. 2 packs. And that gets me at a 5.6, which is at the top of the loop there, which is definitely in the pre-pro side of it. They were stronger. So I stuck with the cream ale in general. The American cream ale is what I stuck with. But I'm going at the higher end of the scale because things were just lighter and crappier after Prohibition. So we had 1055 established original gravity, established final of 1013. Hopefully I get 72+% measured efficiency. 0.444, which is 0.44, is where I was looking for on the BUGU. You can see my cursor going over that. 5.6%, 3.9 SRM, which is right in the middle, smack dab. 24.3 IBUs is definitely in the red range, but they are hoppier, so I went a little over. I'm hoping that's all right. I think it should be fine. I might hit it at 20 and go, I don't know. I'm going to have to figure this one out. I think we're all right, though. Yeah. So 5.6% sounds about right. The one I'm doing tonight on review is a 5.4%. And it's a real light beer. It's very straw colored, very lawnmower beer is what they're considered. And it was the competition over all the lagers coming out. It was the thing. It was something that they had to show off and all for money, of course, and rights and just to kind of get something different out there, So yeah, cool, very cool history with that beer. That's it. Look at all these beers we got, man. Fuck. Okay. Now we're gonna go back to me here. Hey, what's going on? How you doing, man? So I'm gonna just say let's go into a review, man. What do you think about that? What do you think about that recipe? Was that good? Hey, Big Houston, cheers. What's up, man? Bumpy says you can change the date on the yeast to somewhere closer to the actual date. It will show it having more viability. Not sure if it changes the potential ABV. That's good to know. Okay. So that was a lot of information. Hopefully we covered, there are definitely different methods to brewing this actually not so simple beer. It's got a simple grain bill. It's got an easy hop schedule, but there's a lot of other little things you got to think about is what I gathered. So no beer is exactly easy, but certain steps are easier on some styles, or at least faster. This seems like unless you're doing step mashing or a decoction or anything like that, if you're doing a single infusion, just this, wham bam, thank you, ma'am, kind of beer, that's really going to take a hell of a lot shorter time. I imagine I know the step mashing I'm doing with this is going to easily take another hour and a half or so in the mashing process. So, was it 45? Yeah, at least another hour and a half on your schedule. So, just a little more time consuming, but once you get it, it's a young beer. You don't have to let it sit terribly long, and you can drink it pretty much right away. So, after it's done doing its thing. So, oh, you can't source it where, all right. Then, right on, Houston. Never use 6-row. Can't source it where I'm at anyway. Well, I'm only going with the traditional. I'm doing this traditionally, which is why I'm using it. But I kind of went non-traditional, using some 2-row with it. I kind of balanced it out and did half-half. But this is a pre-prohibition, so I'm sticking with kind of an older way. I wanted to kind of get into the historic way of making these, rather than the light, crispy, crappy lager way of doing it. So there was no heart in the beers after Prohibition. Everything jumped up until the 70s. So stills were just kind of thrown out the window, and everyone made whatever the fuck they wanted to make. But no, that's good. That's good advice. I was actually just gonna go with like maybe Pilsner and 2-row or something like that. I even thought that might be all right. So, hey, Jules, what's up? Cheers. Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's a pre-prohibition. If it was a post-prohibition, I would just use 2-row, 2-row and like freaking corn sugar or something. I don't like grainy either, dude. I had a bad grainy beer last night, and it was terrible. It was terrible. It's too grainy. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't know. There's something about it. I guess mixed with the right things, it would play its part well, but yeah. Yeah, and that, I guess that's what you would get in the 6-row, is that I think that the corn maze might be a good addition, though, the flipped maize, instead of just using corn sugar, give it a little more filler, in my opinion. But again, I've never done one of these, so I'm glad for you guys' comments. Thank you for setting that in here. And I mean, all I can say is, hopefully I'm preaching things that are beneficial to those that maybe don't want to search all over the place for things and just get it all here. But if anyone, just listen to the chat here too. We got great people in here that know how to brew, that have a lot of experience with it. I soon will have a lot of experience with it. But I really do appreciate it, guys. Cool. Let's get into this beer. That's good to see you too, Jules. Cheers. Cheers to you guys. Thank you. Thank you for your support. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Hell yeah. All right, so that's a really good banana bread beer. It's actually pretty good. I'll show that to you guys one more time. Let me get this. I can't even. I'll just remove that. Okay, cool. Yeah, pretty good beer though. It's light, it's drinkable. Rice Krispies. Right on, man. And rice was another thing they said you can use. You can also use honey and all kinds of fermentable sugars like that. You don't have to use. You really. I don't think you have. Do you have to use corn per se? Do you have to? I mean, I know it's a corn-like beer, but I'm curious about that, because what it was saying here is honey, flaked rye, maple syrup, agave syrup, and rice, just to name a few. I imagine to replace the corn if you wanted to. Flaked rye sounds good with some honey. Yum, 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 man. Even I don't know about maple syrup and agave. I don't know. I don't like agave syrup. Rice sounds good though. Rice and corn mixed would be a nice rice for post prohibition. I think would be a better one. I think rice would be better with the post with the crispier. I don't know. That's just me throwing out an opinion though. But you know me and my opinions. Who the fuck is this Steve you speak of? I am Steve, man. Did that. It was delightful. Nice. Oh, that's great, man. That's something to think of then, man. Hell yeah. So Rice Krispies. And they already have that baked feel to them, that toasty kind of baked feel. So that's nice. Well, cool. So we're going to do a review. We are at 36 minutes here, so that's cool. I'm going to bring up this. You can see me to the left. Never mind my green screen. Hopefully the beer comes out good. I have a little small 8-ounce Nonic that I'm going to use because I couldn't find a tulip glass anywhere. This is, as you can see here, this is one from a local company. I don't know if you guys have heard of Pelican Brewing. They're out of Newport, Oregon. I'm pretty sure you guys may have. Excuse me. And is this right? I don't even know what I'm doing here. Okay. So these are Pre-Prohibition Cream Ale. It's a 5.4%. And they make some decent beers. They're hit and miss sometimes. I don't want to say that too loudly. You do have some good beers. My wife really likes the export stout that they make. It's actually very nice. It's a very good stout. Very nice. I made chocolate chip banana bread the other day. It was, oh my God, that sounds good, Jules. That sounds really delicious. Oh, that sounds good. So, yeah, so we're going to do this. 5.6%. It's served in a 19.2 can. And 12/7/20 is the due date on this, I am assuming. Yeah. What? Yeah, it's the due date. So 12. It's probably like 4 months old or 3 months old, maybe. I don't know. But here we go. I'm gonna open it. Trying to go aggressive there. Got a nice, clear, brilliant looking clarity there, or if anything, a nice clear beer. Very effervescent. It's got a nice finger head on the pour, as aggressively as I could go on this little 8-ounce. Nice golden color. Nice gold to it. In your light, it's a little different. In mine, it's gold. It looks more hitting kind of orange like the can. Or amber, I guess, or some kind of like almost pushing light copper. But in this, it's gold hay, straw colored. It's got a medium fast rising bubble. Looks pretty carbonated, somewhat turbid inside, sort of. Not really. Kind of mediocre, actually. It's just kind of constantly going. Very nice, though. Good clear beer. Oh, yeah. Going into the aroma. I want to say this might be I'm definitely getting the corn comes out of this big time. Like fresh floral corn, like corn in the field, like almost time for harvest kind of corn or something. Like that green kind of vegetal, fresh, I don't know, I guess your yellow corn is where I'm going with this. Nice fresh cob of yellow corn. I get almost even kind of you get like your bready notes there. It's kind of more like the hops and the bread and it's not biscuity. It's more of like I almost want to say like a sourdough or like something like that. Smells with the floral in there, like it's got some nice noble hoppiness going on. Floral, earthy. Nice. Okay, I'm going to stop there. Let's go for the drink. Cheers. Oh, man, just like the smells. Just like the aroma. It's actually pretty smooth. It's clean. Yeah, you're getting that a slight, you're getting that the cream corn thing going on. Towards the back, though. It's carbonated on the front. It kind of smooths out and trickles down this like corn kind of sourdough bread corn kind of taste with this chalky feel on the sides of my tongue and a nice dry medium finish. Nice lacing on this. Ronald, yeah, Genesis, I haven't ever had it, man. I need to have that. That's like one of the that one's actually, I would almost want to say that's more post-prohibition. Maybe it's before, I don't know. It's a little lighter though than what I was looking at. This is very corny. It's good though. It's sweet, it's floral. It's got a spice to it. A little tang in the back. Chalky, dry tanginess. Leprechaun lichens. G'day, what's up, man? Cheers, dude. Cheers, man. Cheers, Ronald, man. How you doing, brother? Bye. Light, easy to drink. Definitely a lawnmower beer. You definitely want to drink this 40 to 45 degrees for sure. Cold as could be, right out of the fridge. Very nice. So it's easy to drink. It's a good drinkable beer, good smashing beer, good crushable beer. It's light. It's just got a lot of texture. It's got a lot of feel to it. It's nice. Well, on this, what did I say? The body is light. The mouth feels crispy. Mouth feels a crispy, light, thirst quenching kind of feel with a nice dryness. Body is definitely a light body. All right, so my new scoring, which is what I've been doing on the last two reviews. Heaven in a Glass, 1, 2, loved it, want more, 3, would put 1 in my 6er, 4, not bad but had better, 5, would rather drink wine. I am going to have to give this a number 2, loved it, want more. That's what I think about this. Loved it, want more. Hell yeah. Keep sipping. What's up, Trisha? Trish, I mean, damn. Why did I say Trisha? Why I said that. Trish, how you doing? My cream ale recipe would be 5 pounds Continental Pills, Wireman Pills, 5 pounds 2-row, half and half in it with the pills in the 2-row. See, I like that. That sounds good. 1 pound of flaked rice or corn. If it doesn't attenuate enough, I might add maybe a half pound of corn sugar just to kind of add to it. Yep. No, that sounds good. That's a good bill right there. That's a good grain bill right there. I like that. I really like that. And I was thinking pills too. I was thinking using Pilsner, but I was thinking of thirding it where I was using 6-2 and Pilsner and then doing the flaked. I could do rice too. That sounds like a good idea. And I was thinking of corn sugar, but I decided not to and just stick plainly with the flaked the flaked corn. So that is kind of where I was going, but I just kind of, it's the first one I've made. So we'll see where I go after I do it. We'll be like, okay, let's try it with the Pilsner now. Okay, let's try it with this. Okay, let's try it without a step mash. Okay, let's try it with a decoction. Okay, let's try it. That's kind of where I want to go with this. So it's going to be real fun to really get into it and really learn all options. I like this. So, man, I've been kind of out of the loop for a while. I've just been doing reviews lately, and then of course this because I need to continue doing this for when I when I want to start doing my brewing, which will I hope happens soon. But This is a connection piece to my brewing sessions, which I'll be doing live. So I will continue doing the Wednesdays. I may or may not go back to the beer and cheese, but I am very happy that Miscellaneous Magnets has taken on that show at that time and done that. So that works out pretty well. Thank you, bro. And until anything else gets, if we want to continue do it, hey, we could do a vote on it. Who wants beer and cheese back? Maybe I'll throw a poll up and we'll see what happens. So, hey, what's up, Spirit Animal? How you doing? Cheers, and welcome. So just kind of giving my my shouts and stuff. Beer Chugs tonight. I won't be on anything. I'm kind of staying off the live streams and stuff for a while. Just that's why I'm kind of thinking about beer and cheese. Should I do it? Should I not? But it doesn't really matter. It's just I like to drink a lot on these shows, and it doesn't work well with what's going on right now in my life. So I get nervous. I gotta drink, man. Fuck. So I'm nervous. But I want to shout out all my good friends, as always, Beer Chugs. And also before that is Ronald Thurio's show, Wildcard Wednesday at 24:30 Pacific, 7:30 Eastern. And then Beer Chugs at 9 o'clock Pacific or Eastern time for What the ABV, if he's doing that tonight. We'll start with Malty Mondays at 8 o'clock. Well, I haven't been there in a while. 8 o'clock Eastern. Please follow that up. He'll be telling everyone who won the poll, what style won the poll at Ronald Thurio's Wildcard Wednesday, like he always does. And follow that up. Yes. Of course, you got Craft Beer Pours. They go Wednesday. Trish does her show. You're going to have to help me out with that one, but I definitely want to shout you out. I don't drink wine. Maybe one day I will go there and drink wine and beer with you. No, but I want to shout her out. She's a good girl, man. So is Brandon, her husband. You guys are a great team. So Craft Beer Pours, he does his thing. Also Thursday, I think you do a live. You guys are on a lot, though. You guys do a lot of like the live come and drink with us kind of thing, and I like that. Oh, no pull this one. Belgian style Christmas ales. Okay, thanks, Bumpy. So that's what we're getting. No pull. No pull was put up. So if you have a Belgian style Christmas ale, bring that up. Thank you. And then Friday is my Food Friday. You guys will have to help me with what's going on with that one, as I haven't been there in a couple weeks. But Alex, the Beer Master, does his thing at 8 o'clock Eastern. And then Sunday is Stout Sunday at 10:30 Eastern with John and Nilly. So those are the main ones I like to shout out. If there's any I missed, please feel free to put them in the chat and say, hey, follow me. But I'm going to drink this down with you guys for a little moment. I got about 12 minutes to share any last minutes with you. If you guys want to talk about the review, the recipe, please feel free. I'd love to talk a little bit more about it. I think that'd be cool. Any information is great. And all the information, the chat will still remain on my thing. So if you guys want to go back and look through the chat, say someone wants to find out what some of the chat had to say about the recipe, like Middlefield and Bumpy have been doing, check it out. You got all kinds of ideas, opinions, and that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. That's why I provide this. It isn't for my time. It's for you and me. So we're all learning quite a bit here, continually pressing forward and doing these things as we do for you. That's right. If I drink a Belgian with a mistletoe over my head, would that count? Or wrap the mistletoe around the bottle or something. Just get like a quad and wrap a mistletoe with a red bow around it. Oh, that is super, super, super corn in the throat. Almost has like corn husk and hay in there as well. Ugh. It's not bad. It's good. I like it. It's not my preferred style, but it is a good beer for sessioning it out with people. You know, of course, after mowing that lawn, doing some yard work in the hot summer, it's a good beer to chill with a friend. You know, it's cool. I like it. I like it a lot. So if you guys like these, say it, man. Chat it out. I love these. I love cream ales, man. I thought I did one of these already, but it was the Kolsch that I did. That's another hybrid. Well, yeah, I guess, yeah, this is considered a hybrid. So there was another hybrid one amongst oh, fuck. Hold on. Hold on one sec. Had a big itch. No, I do want to do, I might actually try, I got to try and find a California Common. I'd really like to do one of those. I want to knock out, right now I'm studying right now. I just got over the history part of, I'm reading Randy Mosher's tasting beer book. It's what they recommended for the Cicerone, the first test. There's 4 tests, and it's like a 3 or 4 year process. So it's kind of like a degree. I do want to eventually become a master Cicerone or a sommelier, if you want to call it, master of wine, cider, beer, anything that ferments, kombucha, whatever the hell's out there that I can be a master of. And this first test, though, is the history is just amazing. There's so much that you have to highlight stuff. You have to go back and test yourself. And I still don't know it all. It's so crazy from day one up until now. How, I mean, even like after Prohibition, it was just such a nuts time until like 1970. And then all of a sudden the craft beer thing came in with our President Carter and all that. It's crazy how the craft beer scene just got totally crazy after that. It just like a mountain, like a good stock that keeps building and building and building. You know, that's the share you want to buy. You want to buy a bunch of shares of that. So I love beer, man. I think it's great. I think it's a great fucking beverage, man. But so I meant to ask a while ago, all these recipes you're developing mainly for personal use. When you go commercial, I won't. Well, I may go commercial if I have like a tap in my home brewing supply store, and that might turn into a brewery. So it might go commercial if I have quality product, but I got to work on that. So when you go, would you start with 1 or 2 tips first? I would probably do like 4. I was thinking like a pale, an IPA, porter, and a stout, just to start. You know, just your basic ones. And then I've got a plan. I'm not going to discuss it. I got ideas. I don't want people to rob my ideas, so I'm going to keep it on the down low. But I definitely have ideas. But 4 were my idea there as far as like what the styles are that I want to start with. I may just go and do 2, just because money, you know, you can't. I'm not rich, you know, so I might stick with a couple, 2 or 3, and then go from there, you know. But the Mac, what's up, Beer Man? Good to see you back. Hell yeah, thank you, man. Cheers. Cheers, man. Love you, Beer Man. Or Bumpy. Love you, Beer Man. Love you, Bumpy. I love myself. Hey, Bumpy. Love you too, man. Hell yeah, dude. I'm ambitious. I've also been thinking about this for 15 plus years. Let me tell you a little history about me. I got a little time. What's going on? Beer Area 51. Michael, what's up, Mike? Granted access to the inner ring. That's right. These are recipes. I didn't answer that. Recipes and then I'll go over the history of me. So the recipes I'm developing are ones I'm going to actually be doing in my home brewery, which I'm trying to get built. And once that's built up, I'll start putting these recipes together, and we'll put them on tap. I'll have them on my tap in my room. I'm actually going to have 5 taps. So one of them is going to be, I have one of them that's going to be set aside for lagers and stuff. Like I kind of want to, as far as like serving, and then I'm going to have 4 for might have 1 for sours and 3 for ales. So as far as like, I got to figure that out though. So we'll see how that goes. Tequila barrel aged jalapeno cream ale. Oh my God, that sounds good, dude. That sounds good. It burned my ass, but it sounds good. So a little history, man. No, my friend, I worked at a coffee place, right? And my man, well, he was the roaster there. The boss guy hired a guy from Oregon to come out. His name was Jim, and he was a very good roaster. He learned through Terry, and I was just the packager. I rolled the bags and got them all set up, and they got them ready for distribution. So this guy was heavily into beer, and he was also a chemist. He knew a lot about alchemy and stuff like that, how it was done. He also knows a lot about, spirits and shit. I think his brother has a distillery out in Portland somewhere, but he taught me how to make beer, just simple partial mash. I didn't ever start out with just extract brewing. I always started with the partial mash. And then I lost it, dude. I lost it because I was going crazy. I was like, I want to get more into this. And so I got into this, and he kind of like went away, he started getting into his job more, and becoming, he had to go to Guatemala. He had to go to like all these places in South America, all these places where he had to go be like the buyer of green beans, where he had to go to the farmers actually where they were growing the coffee beans. So he kind of like went away from that, hanging out with me, but he taught me the gist of it. And I rolled right into it. I went from like a regular 3-tiered system, like gravity system, using igloos and a regular 5-gallon pots, your norm. And that like what you start out with kind of, as far as the all grain thing. And then I was like, dude, screw this, man. And then I went and got some kegs, and I ended up using some weldless fittings and stuff. And I had a 2-tier kind of system where the 2 things on the bottom used a pump, and then the HLT was up on the top with gravity. And then I started getting into washing my yeast. I started getting into I was like making beers like every week. I was doing something new. I couldn't get enough of it. I couldn't stop. And then I started getting rained on, and hold on. Now I moved. This is in a garage where I can keep the garage open, propane, this, that, Then we moved to Oregon. Everything stopped because of my rentals. We moved into a rental, and I couldn't brew like I used to be able to do it. I had to deal with rain all the time. Rain in Oregon. Rain in Oregon. And I was tired of the elements. I was tired of not being able to do that. So I was like, fuck this, dude. I stopped cold turkey. I said, screw this, dude. Screw this. I'm not going to brew again until I have my system, my indoor system. Oh, shit. My microphone just fell over. Oh, shit. It just stopped like that and fell over. Good God, man. You know what I'm saying? So I said to myself, no, I don't want to do this anymore. But I learned. I kept drinking beer. I was a 6 to 12 beer drinker a night kind of guy. Slowed that down a lot, but for about, since 2012, I brewed another couple batches in 2013 when it was raining. We had an awning that I can go under, and I hated it. I hated it so much. I had another place I went to, and I was in a house in our laundry room down below, but I still had to have the door open, and it was really cold. And I hated it. So now I stopped around 2013. What's that? 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 19, 20. So 7 years ago, I stopped cold turkey and I just started learning. I started the YouTube channel about almost 3 years ago, not knowing a fucking thing. And still, I don't know sometimes an effing thing. So, but especially after looking at the New Year's, holy shit, looking at my New Year's live, dude. Oh my God, we had Bumpy, we had dude, we had Bumpy, we had Paul up there, we had Brian up there, dude. I'm all talking about quadruples. I don't even know what I was talking about, dude. And it's funny to go back on your videos and you're like, oh God, what a learning experience. But it's just it's amazing what you gather if you keep going fluidly with it. You just keep going, keep pushing away, because it's such a vast world of information out there about so many styles. I mean, if I could show you what I have on my charts behind me, like you've seen in some videos without the green screen, there are so many freaking styles. I mean, pay attention to Multi Monday. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Oh man, Crap Baby, what's up? How you doing, Brandon, man? Crap your pores. Cheers. Tommy, what's up? Cheers, man. All right, I'm just rambling, going over the history of me and how tired I got of brewing beer outdoors. But yeah, I decided to go into an electrical control panel kind of scenario, and it's been a bitch. I started with a 50 amp because I was going to start a brewery, right? I was like, okay, but I'm so glad I didn't, man. I'm so glad I didn't, because I didn't know half of what I know now, you know. Back then, I didn't know anything, and all I can recommend is to people that are starting out brewing. Don't think that you know it all right away. Don't think that, oh, I need to open a brewery now. You got a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, especially if you're going professional, commercial. There's a lot to learn. I suggest going to school and becoming a master brewer if you can. That'll help a lot. Certify yourself more. It gives you the golden pass, the golden ticket into that world. There's other things like what I'm doing. I mean, I'm going to be I'm going into the Cicerone program, learn how to review beers, know all about beers, I know all about wines, meads, ciders, you know, everything, you name it. Eventually I'll get there. So, but you know, just educating myself constantly, from friends, from books, from videos, from anything I can find, and from trial and error. Yeah, so it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, man. Bumpy, man. Cheers. All right. I'm out of here too. Enjoying the holiday hams. It's awesome. Cheers, Bumpy. Afraid of being Mark Watney with the what the like. Jules, thank you, man. Jules, thank you so much. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and head out. You guys take it easy. Thank you so much after listening to all my rubbish. And cheers to you guys. Cheers to you guys. All right, here we go.